Good afternoon, Sunday afternoon. So you ready to bake with me today? Yeah, I'm not such a perfectionist or Susie Homemaker or a Betty Crocker or whatever you want to call it. Easy and cheap is my thing, especially when it comes to baking, like breads. And I never was good at making banana bread and zucchini bread and that. Brownies were a miserable fail for me. But my mom was the baker. Now I can throw down some ribs. I can throw down on some steaks. But yeah, baking's not my forte. But this is so simple. Even the guys can do it. The frosting, 2 ingredients. The bread, 2 ingredients. So we ready? Here's your ingredients. Any spice cake mix, plain old cake mix, and like I said, using pumpkin. The spice cake works wonderfully because it has all the spice you need, and all you do is mix those two together in a mixing bowl with a spoon. I've tried using a beater or a blender, a beater, power mixer. And yeah, it takes a couple hours for them to set up in the oven. So I would just mix them with a spoon in a mixing bowl. Just until, the same way you would do a brownie mix. You don't overbeat it. Same thing with making bread. You're not going to overwork your bread because then it doesn't turn out right. So then you pop, once you get it, your 2 ingredients mixed, you put them in greased muffin tins or greased baking sheet. Pop it in the oven for 350 and then use the good old toothpick method to check to see if it's done after about maybe 30 minutes. And I say I only put like a dollop in each of these cups. I just did a dollop of the batter. So, yeah, the fuller you get it, the longer it's going to take for it to cook. Okay, now the icing. 2 ingredients. And if you want, you can add a teaspoon of butter, 1 or 2 drops of pure vanilla. Here's the vanilla that I use. But a half cup powdered sugar and a couple tablespoons of water, and you mix it together, and that's what you get is your icing. And then you just drizzle it. Wait till these are room temperature before you try to put your icing on, or it'll just melt right off too. So you want your bread to be cool. Now my cousin, I was giving her my recipe for doing the waterless 2 ingredients. And she said she uses pineapple in a regular either golden cake mix or a white cake mix. Works just the same, but she said you could use any canned fruit in place of all your other ingredients. So here's for the pumpkin spice bread. Makes great. I think it's right up there with cinnamon rolls if you ask me. This would be great for breakfast. And then here's the 2 ingredient easy icing. And if you wanted a little bit more creamier, then you could add. And the butter is going to be softened but not melted. Just leave it sit out to room temperature, and then slice a teaspoon or a little pat of it off and drop it in. And I will say use real butter and not margarine. Okay, so I'm going to go eat, and y'all have a nice evening. I hope you get in the kitchen and you try this out because, oh my goodness, it's so easy and it's so delicious. And maybe the guys next year, hint, hint, for Thanksgiving, you'll get in there and surprise the missus with making some pumpkin spice bread. Peace, I'm out.